Welcome back, my fellow Techtonica enjoyers. Today I would like to show you my design for an infinitely scalable planting and threshing operation for Kindlevine. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place 3 rows of 5 planters. The reason for there being 5 planters is that each thresher requires 10 Kindlevine stems to be fed into it per minute. These planters have 4 slots for seeds. Those slots take 2 minutes, 120 seconds to grow 1 Kindlevine stem. The math on that works out to you need 5 planters to supply the 10 per minute that each of the threshers wants to eat to make your Kindlevine sticks. Now that we have our 3 rows here, we're going to put a output belt down the center of these 2 rows. And we're going to put an input belt down the center of these 2 rows. This input belt is for the seeds. I'm going to wrap this around and I'm going to tie it in to this row here so that the 3rd row can also get seeds. This is going to make a big intentional loop. We're going to put a box right here. So the box takes 4 squares. So 1, 2, 3rd for an inserter, 4 rows away, turn, and wrap this back in. There's our seed merry-go-round. Next, you will want to place a box here, or just anywhere along this merry-go-round seed belt. Have a minimum of 2 inserters drawing seeds out. Now dump all of the seeds that you have gathered. If you want to see where to get the seeds, I will show you at the time code linked in the description. And the same for sugarthorn. Next, we will need to add an output belt for this additional row here, because this doesn't have anything on it right now. These 2 output belts are going to be tied together, and in this particular build, I'm putting my threshers upstairs. This enables me to have 2 floors, a threshing floor and a planter floor. Whenever I want to extend this, I'm going to just drill into the wall, and I have a unreasonable amount of space to infinitely scale up the production of this. The Kindlevine sticks and the other products that come from threshing are some of those items that are really hard to automate at an individual factory. So there's something that we will be putting on our main bus. If you want to know what a main bus is, I'll be making a video about that very soon. Oh no, the Kindlevine seeds are going. You're not supposed to be connected. No, you're an output belt, not a seed belt. Now that that mess is cleaned up, let's turn you back into a regular belt. All right, now it's time to start putting on the arms. We're going to just draw seeds off of the merry-go-round into every single machine. I would like to note that you do have to build these on powered floors. In the beginning of the game, or I imagine you'd be watching a video like this, powered floors are found in multiple boxes as you're going through Sector Lima, and when you get to Sector Vector, just look around in all the secret places, and you will find boxes containing power floors, and also calcite platforms can conduct power. I have a automated water wheel generator going on here, where I'm producing a ton of power to automatically power these. If you don't have that, you'll need to put down some crank generators and get these things lit up before this factory will go ahead and place the output arms to draw the finished Kindlevine stems out of these planters. I'm going to connect the 2 output belts. You can do this however you want, obviously, wherever you're going to put the threshing operation. Just get it set up, run these outputs to your threshers. In my case, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to use this set of stairs here as a way to get my belts down. So I'm going to turn this around. This will be my input into my threshing operation. For some reason, I can't get these to work from the bottom up, but I can get them to work from the top down to get the belts to actually follow the staircase. Later on, you unlock vertical belts, which is a much cleaner way to do this. I will demonstrate that in just a moment. There we go. There's our outputs. We'll be climbing the belts. So I'm going to add another row, another set of 15 of these. And now that I have extended this, mistake here, Ah, you move a little bit. Okay, now that I have extended these, all I need to do is extend my output belts, like so. And then take this, delete the cross section here. And just extend your seed merry-go-round to loop around the back of the new set of machines. Add inserter arms. Now we have just doubled our planter box production from 3 to 6. Now we'll bring it upstairs and take a look at how to build threshers. Welcome to my upper home. So when placing your threshers, it's really important to note that you're going to need the 4-door side to be used for your outputs. So face your 2-door side to your input belt for your Kindlevine stems, or Kindlevine, what are these? Kindlevine, just for your Kindlevine. So place as many of these as you have sets of 5. In my case, I have 6, so I'm going to place 6 of these guys, all in a row. And as I extend this, I'll just blast out some more of this rock and be able to build even more. Set your inserters on to input onto this side. And again, these also need to be on power floors. If they're not powered, they won't do anything. Now you're going to have 2 different output belts. These make 2 products. As you can see, they're making Kindlevine seeds and they're making the Kindlevine stems. The stems are an excellent fuel source. You use those to automate initially you use those to automate all of your drills and all of your smelters. Mine are over that way. So you will want filter inserters to remove the goods. Now you're going to have 2 output belts, like I said. It's a little bit awkward to do because there is no such thing as a long filter insert. So you're going to have, at first, your belt will have a gap of 1 between the inserters and the main belt, and then you're just going to put little belt connection belts between all the filter inserters and that first one. Next, you will want to bring this overhead. Oops. You're going to need a gap of 2. Ignore what I said. I messed that up a little bit. I'm going to delete this and move it real quick. Okay. Now that that is moved, we'll go ahead and set these to be the combiners. Press V to change what a belt is. Or what do they call it? Swap variants. Now, the reason that we had to have a gap of 2 here is because, for whatever reason, inserters cannot take or add to belts that are on this slope. So you see this belt here where it's bending up, we can't actually use that as a connection point. So we have to make sure that there's a flat belt right next to our inserters. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. If you know what it is, go ahead and share it with us in the comments. But this is how I've been doing it, and it's been working out really well for me. So bring this around, turn that, and do the same for the rest of these. Okay, now it might just be me, but it seems like it's really easy to mess up what you're setting these. So be careful. Make a note of which belt you're going to. Set half of these to be your seeds and half of these to be your Kindlevine stems. Now, I've messed this up so many times that I am watching these belts very carefully to make sure that I didn't set any of those filter inserters incorrectly. So far, everything's looking good. Now, to bring your belts down, I'm going to use a vertical inserter in this case. If you don't have that, like I said, just put a staircase or float it over space like that. and it'll be fine. So variants, go through. I want to be going, I want to be going down. I'm going to set you up, make sure that I'm looking at the seed one. You're going to input onto the seed belt. Come up here. And it looks like I need to just turn this, change variant back, and put it into the vertical conveyor belt. Now, if you want to stop there, that's great for the early game. Just grab your Kindlevine stems, bring them down, whatever method you're going to use, and route them over to all of your smelters. As far as where to find Kindlevine, Kindlevine is this plant right here. When you gather this, you get 1 Kindlevine seed and you get plant matter. They're all over the world. To get Shiverthorn and to unlock the planters as well as the threshers, you go from Victor, you're at your initial starting location. Follow the river to the left. So it's not this one. Go this way. Use your mole and just follow the water. You can drill in right here to find an accumulator station, or follow the water this direction. There's an abundance of Shiverthorn here along the water. If you just follow this, you'll get more than enough for your initial planting. And through the wall right here. So I'm going to open up the map again so that you can see where we are. Here's the accumulator station. Here's a underground complex. In this world, I have already looted this complex fairly well, but on the racks up here, you will find a row of planters and a row of threshers. It's more than enough to unlock what you need. One thing that I forgot to mention during all of that, I wanted to tell you my thoughts on the seeds. So you see how each of these machines right now, as these are growing, this is holding a seed waiting to put it in. That means that you need more than just the 4. You need 5, at least, seeds in the system per planter if you want everything to run at 100% efficiency. And then if you take into account that the Kindlevine itself represents a seed while it's on the belt, while it's going through the threshers, and while it's being processed, I would say you need to get at least 6, but probably 7 or 8 Kindlevine seeds per planter, ideally.